Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to EB Yoga. Today's class is a gentle flow. You'll need 2 blocks, a strap, and maybe a blanket for this class. No sun salutations, hopefully no sweat, just a lot of stretch, feel good, and a few extra moves for our shoulders today. So gather up your props and we'll begin class lying down. If you want your blanket or anything under your head, have that handy. I'll meet you on the mat. Find a comfortable position to lie down in, whatever feels good for your arms and your legs today. Stretch out like a big starfish, or keep your knees bent, maybe let them knock in together. Beginning to deepen your breath. Check in with your body. If anything needs a little stretch right now, take a little stretch before you settle in. Relax your jaw, neck, shoulders. See if you can relax your belly and allow your breath to fill your belly up. Next, inhale, long, slow, and deep. Count how many beats it takes you to fill up. Maybe 4, 5, 6. When you exhale, try to match that number, making an equal inhale, equal exhale. See if you can lengthen your inhale by 1, lengthen your exhale as well. Take about 3 more breaths like this. Take your last equal inhale, equal exhale breath. And when you're releasing that exhale, squeeze your abs, get all the air out. And let your breath return to natural, no effort to change it. Taking a moment to set an intention for our practice today. What's bringing you to the mat today? Slowly start to stretch your body out. Reach your arms up, stretch your legs down. Grab onto your right wrist, pull it up over your head, stretch your right toes down, breathe into your right side. One more breath on this side. And release and switch. Grab your left wrist up and over, left toes point down, stretch out your left side. One more big breath on this side. And release your arms. Bring your hands in front of you, clasp them, little circles with your wrist. Slow your circles down, change direction. Slow your circles again. Flip your hands up, palms toward the ceiling. Slowly peel your fingers apart. Stretch. Couple circles, little shake with your hands. Bend your knees, bring them in over your belly, hands to your knees, and a little rock on your lower back. Start to let your rock carry you over to one side, and then gently press your body up to sit. Find a comfortable seat. If you want to sit on your blanket, grab that. Your legs can be straight out in front of you or any sort of crossed position that feels good. Begin with bringing your right hand out towards your side. Point it down at your mat. Lift up your head and then let your head start to tilt to the left. Find that stretch in your neck, into your shoulder. Slowly start to lift up your arm. I feel the stretch move down my arm. Rotate your palm, maybe wiggle your fingers. I feel some different muscles kind of activate. Take 5 breaths here. Feel free to move your arm. Find any stretch that feels good for your neck and shoulder. One more breath. And let your right hand go. Bring it all the way down to your mat. And then inhale your left arm up. Exhale, stretch your left arm over. Right hand, you can put a bend in that elbow. You can wiggle it out. Try to keep your butt rooted down on the ground. Stretch into your left side. One more breath. Cartwheel your arms down. Maybe a couple circles with your shoulders. Then take your left hand, point it down at your mat. Reach up your head, little tilt to the right. Start that slow lift up with your hand. Find that stretch. Wiggle your hands, rotate your palm, feel your stretch move. 5 more breaths. One more breath here. And let your left hand go. Drop it down to the mat. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, stretch it over. Feel free to wiggle the left arm out. Little bend in that elbow. Hips stay on the mat. One more breath, stretch. And cartwheel your arms down. Couple circles with the shoulders. Grab your strap for our next stretch. Unwind it so it's nice and long. I like to hang on to the buckle of my strap just so I don't accidentally hit myself in the head with it. We're going to start with both hands close together on the strap. Push your hands away from you, round into your upper back. Feel like you're separating your shoulder blades. Maybe take a little swim here. And then slowly start to bring the strap up and your hands start to slide apart on the strap. So once you bring your hands up and over, you'll get to that place where you have to stop. That's where you start to slide. And I like to stop every breath or so, take a little stretch in the side of my waist, into my shoulder and my arm. And I just keep letting the hands slide, find different little stretches here. And keep stretching, keep letting your hands slide. Eventually your hand comes all the way back behind you. Gently bring your strap back up and over your head. And we'll do that one more time. Hands start close together. Pull your hands forward. Stretch your upper back. Maybe take it a little bit side to side. Start to bring your hands up. Start to slide your hands apart. Take a little side stretch. Slide a little bit further. Another stretch. Let's take 5 or 6 more breaths to finish up this stretch. Start to bring your strap back up and over, being gentle with your shoulder. And then set your strap aside, take a couple circles with your shoulders. And let's make our way over to tabletop. Take a moment to set up your tabletop, blanket under your knees or your wrists. And we'll begin with cat and cow. Inhale, let your belly sink down. Exhale, round it up, pull your belly in. Moving with your breath. Another breath or two with your cat and cow. And then moving into our barrel roll, I like to start rounded up. Ribs to the side, belly down, to the other side, round up, like you're scraping inside a barrel. Might be a big barrel or a little barrel, however big you want to make this movement today. Slow your roll down. One more time this direction. And take a pause. Take your barrel roll the other way. Slow it down again, one more time around. And then let your hips sink back to your heels, child's pose. Stretch your arms forward for this child's pose. If you'd like a little arm stretch here, fingers start to walk to the left side. Keep reaching your arms and stretch. Eventually I find a stretch in my right or outer arm and shoulder. One more breath here. And then walk your hands back through center and all the way to your right. Reach your arms, stretch, find that stretch in the left outer shoulder and arm. One more breath here. And bring your arms back to center. Take another breath in child's. Begin to lift back up to table. Move your blocks in front of your hands so we'll have them ready when we step our foot forward in a minute here. Beginning with leg extensions. Send your right leg back. Reach with your head. Reach with your right foot. 5 breaths, knee to belly. Inhale it back. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale it back. Exhale it in. 3 more breaths. last one, pull it in, hover it up by your belly, and then step it forward. Maybe bring your hands up to your blocks to have a little more space. Adjust your back knee if you need to. Find that stretch in the front of your left leg, not crunching up in the right ankle. Another breath here. And bring your body forward, hands to your blocks, kick your right foot back. Let's take a couple breaths in Child's before the other side. Begin to lift back up to table. Send your left leg back. Reach with your head, reach with your left foot. 5 breaths, pull it in. Inhale back, exhale in. Inhale it back, exhale. 3 more. Last time, pull it in, hover it up, and step it forward. Low lunge with your left leg forward. Again, little adjust to that back knee if you need. Another breath here. Hands and torso forward. Step your left foot back and child's pose. Couple breaths. Begin to lift back up. And take a moment to set your props aside, and we'll lower all the way to our belly. Once you make your way to your belly, start to prop yourself up on elbows. Elbows tucking under the shoulders. They can be a little bit wider. Forearms look pretty parallel. A little pull forward with your chest, Sphinx. One more breath. And let your Sphinx go. Drop your hands, stack your head. Begin to lift up your head, Cobra. Hands a little wider than your shoulders, elbows pinching towards your ribs. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Check in with your shoulders, see if they're relaxed down. One more breath. And stack your hands, drop your head. Begin to lift your head. Hands come under your shoulders, press back up to table. Your choice if you want to take downward dog today, or you can hang out in child's pose or tabletop right here. Otherwise, let's start to make our way back to downward dog. Once you make your way back to dog, any stretch you like here. Maybe bend and straighten one knee at a time. Begin to walk your dog forward. Feet and hands meet, bend your knees, forward fold. Maybe grab opposite elbows, let your upper body hang heavy. Big bend in your knees, roll your body up. Once you come up to stand, if you need a little stretch, a little wiggle, and then find your mountain pose. Check in with your knees facing forward. If your feet are a little crooked, that's all right. Let your knees be your priority in your legs. Hips not sticking your butt out or tucking it under. Try to find that place that feels like neutral, a little rock on your feet if you'd like. Reach up a little bit with the crown of your head like you're trying to get taller. Relax your shoulders down. Let your hands face whichever direction feels good for your wrist. Close your eyes if you'd like. A few breaths in mountain pose. One more breath in mountain pose, and then 3 rounds of a half sun egg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, root down, rise up. Round 2, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, root down, rise up. One more. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root down, rise up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart or by your side. Take a couple breaths here. Begin to separate your feet wider on your mat, preparing for warrior 2. Taking both of my feet, I start to point them toward the right. So bending my right knee, finding warrior 2 with the right leg bent. Left hip, not trying to crank it open and tweak that knee, but just kind of letting it roll in. Adding arms, gazing over the right fingers. If this pose ever bothers your hips or lower back, make it a little shorter. Check in with what you're asking your hips to do. Make those little adjustments. Inhale, flip your right palm. Exhale, peaceful warrior. One more breath, little stretch. Cartwheel your arms back to warrior 2. Rotate your feet, turn them parallel to the front. Little bend in your knees, start to fold over. Reach for the ground, or maybe you find a block here. Bend your knees, start to pull your body back up to stand. Switch your feet to point toward the left. Warrior 2 with your left knee bent. Again, that right hip, check out what you're trying to ask it to do. Go ahead and let it roll in. That feels so much better than trying to force this hip and open this knee. And those things that our joints just really aren't designed to do. Add your arms, look over your left fingers. Inhale, flip your left palm. Exhale, peaceful warrior. little stretch. Cartwheel your arms back toward warrior two and turn your feet parallel again. This time wiggle your feet all the way back together and bend your knees, forward fold. Big bend in your knees, roll your body up. And it's time for tree. Start to shift your weight into your right foot. Little bend in that right knee, not locking it back. Left leg starts to open up. Hands can be whatever position helps you balance. And if you feel like balancing today, pick up your toes. Maybe to your ankle, maybe to your calf. Find your focal point, your drishti. One more breath. And let your foot down. Maybe give your hips a little shake. Bend your knees. And start to shift your weight to your left foot. Let your right knee open up. Add your hands. Maybe start to lift your foot. Find your focal point. One more breath. And let it go. Maybe give your hips a little shake. Bend your knees. Begin to take your feet wide again. Both of your feet start to point to the right. This time triangle. So I like my legs a little closer for triangle. Have your block handy if you want to reach for that. Hips over to the left. Lengthen your sides, reaching with your right arm. Let it land on your leg or your block. Left hand can always stay on your hip or you can reach it up. One more breath. Pull your body back up, little bend in your knees if you'd like, and we'll just rotate our feet. Feet point to the left, send your hips to the right. Keep that length in the side of your waist and let your left hand find your block or your leg. Right hand on your hip or open it up. One more breath. Little bend in the knees. Pull yourself back up. Feet go parallel. Your choice how wide you want to forward fold. Keep your legs wide or bring them in together. Little bend in your knees. Fold. Find your mat or your block. From your forward fold, start to bend your knees and we will make our way to sit. Once you make your way to sit, find your strap. For this next stretch, we want to be seated nice and tall. So sometimes I like to be on my knees like this with a block in between and sit there, and that helps me feel like I have a nice straight spine. Any seated position that works for you. Once you find a tall seat, buckle into your right hand. Lift up your right hand, bend your right elbow. Your left hand will find the bottom of your strap, and then your left arm starts to walk up the strap as far as it can go till you find a stretch in both your arms and your shoulders. Most of our hands won't touch, especially on both sides, so don't think that that's the goal or anything. Just looking for a little stretch here. Couple more breaths. And start to let your left hand drag down the strap. Unwind your arms and take a few circles with your shoulders. And then we'll go to the other side. Buckle into your left hand, left arm up, left arm bends, and then your right hand starts to crawl up the strap. Again, not looking for something painful or super intense, gentle stretch in your arms and shoulders. Couple breaths here. One more breath. And then start to let your right hand drag down the strap. Unwind your arms and take a few circles with your shoulders. Hang on to your strap. Let's make our way down to our backs. Once you're on your back, bend both of your knees in and loop your strap around both of your feet. Your feet straighten up toward the ceiling, and then a little bend in your knees. Pull your feet a little bit towards your head. Three more breaths, maybe gentle little pull. And let go of that pull. Remove your strap, feet to the ground, and take a couple windshield wipers side to side. Bring your knees back to center. Right foot crossing over the left thigh and pull your left thigh in. Grabbing around your thigh with your hands, or you can loop your strap around your thigh, and then you can keep your arms relaxed on the ground. One more breath. Let go of your left foot. Drop your right down. Couple windshield wipers. And prepare for your other side. Cross your left ankle over. Pull your right thigh in. Grab your right thigh with your hands or your strap. One more breath. And release your right leg. Couple windshield wipers. Knees back to center. Start to bend your knees in. Happy baby. I like to take happy baby with my hands inside, grabbing onto my heels and then using that leverage to pull my knees into my armpits. For some people, it's more comfortable to grab the pinky edge. If it's not comfortable to reach to your feet at all, bend your knees and just pull your shins down. Pick your happy baby and then maybe give it a little rock side to side. Start to let your happy baby go. Start to stretch out your body. And if there's any other little movement or pose you need here before Shavasana, go right ahead, take some time and take a stretch. And then begin to make your way to your final resting pose, arms and legs, whatever position is comfortable for you. Begin to deepen your breath again. Check in with your jaw, neck, shoulders, and let your body relax. Make your next breath deeper. Begin to make small movements, wiggle fingers and toes, hands and feet. Any little stretch that starts to wake your body up, maybe reach your arms up and legs down. Take a few breaths and take a little stretch. Begin to roll onto your side. Pause on your side for a few deep breaths. And slowly start to press your body up to sit. Come up to sit, find a comfortable seat, take a little stretch if you need it. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. I hope you enjoyed this gentle flow. I hope to see you again soon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.